Boxing strikes again. It does. And it's playing with the fight fans' emotions once again. As you all know, last night we had the highly anticipated middleweight title fight between Gennady Golovkin and Saul Canelo Alvarez. And going into that fight, Triple G was favored by a good percentage of people to defeat Canelo Alvarez, myself included. I picked Triple G to win by a unanimous decision, getting a knockdown along the way. But that did not happen. And I fell asleep last night before the fight started. I was watching it, I woke up, and it was over. You know what I'm saying? So I got up this morning, watched the fight because, Facebook was going crazy. I had motherfuckers saying that it was just no way a draw was acceptable. So I'm thinking, man, I'm about to be a little flabbergasted, a little confused, angry on why Canelo Alvarez, once again, got a favorable decision. So I started watching the fight. Very good fight. Triple G won round one to me. In my opinion, he won round one. But throughout this fight, it was extremely close. I gave him rounds 2, 3, and 4. He definitely won rounds 2 and 3 clear. Round 4 and 5, you can flip between giving round 4 to Golovkin and giving round 5 to Canelo. But I gave round 5 to Triple G. And the fight continued to be close. I gave Triple G, I believe, round 6, 7, and maybe 8. I'm not for sure. I had to go back and watch it again. But my initial, first viewing of the fight, I scored a 7-5 for Canelo. But I made a post on Facebook saying that it could have went either way. Either way, 7-5 for either guy. And a draw is perfectly fine. There needs to be a rematch. But motherfuckers saying that, this is the worst, decision they've heard or they've ever seen in boxing. Come on, pump your brakes. Sleep it off. Let the emotions cool down and reassess what you watched. And I will be on everybody's side saying that the 118-110 scorecard in favor for Canelo was pure bullshit. It was garbage, and I forget the judge's name, but she's being ridiculed and highly criticized, and rightfully so, because I don't know what fight she was watching, but that was definitely not a 118-110 type of fight for either guy. And, that's where the outrage stops, in my opinion, is the bogus 118-110 scorecard in favor of Canelo. Because what my eyes told me, and I don't claim to be a boxing expert. I know boxing, I'm still learning it, but from my POV, I seen Canelo do more than Triple G. And people gonna give me flack for this, and that's fine. But people are giving Golovkin credit for, doing what he does best. He walks his opponents down. But to me, he seemed a little off in this fight. He usually lets his hands go more. Especially when he has his opponent against the ropes. He let Canelo off the hook plenty of times in this fight. Plenty of times. When I seen him on the ropes, I was like, man, he about to tee off to the body. He about to break him down. He about to make him feel that power. And although he did it at spurts in the fight, it wasn't enough. Credit to Canelo. Canelo dared him. He gave him plenty of opportunities, but he dared him to do that. And Canelo was really hard to hit, especially with headshots. He would slip roll and he would counter Golovkin. In the round 8, he hit Golovkin with a beautiful uppercut that Golovkin just shook off. It didn't really affect him at all. And that's the credit to Gennady Golovkin, who we all know has a granite chin. He's very tough to hurt, let alone drop. So props to him. but Canelo would counter. Sometimes he would lead with the left hook. His jab was pretty good in this fight. You know, he was throwing the right hands, and a lot of people saying that he was kind of stealing the rounds at the end, the last 20 seconds, but I disagree. Some of the rounds, maybe. But for the most part, he was the aggressor early in terms of punch output. And I don't go off numbers, CompuBox, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers may disagree with what I'm saying in terms of Triple G's lack of output and maybe, you know, how many punches Canelo threw. But what I seen was a guy in Canelo who was moving around the ring very well. It shocked me because I didn't think he was going to be able to move as fluently against Triple G and not pay the price. But I thought that Triple G would cut the ring off more than he did. He just stalked him, man. He just stalked him, and he kind of followed him. And he allowed Canelo to evade, you know, body shots that if Triple G was really, you know, the Triple G we're accustomed to seeing, cutting the ring off, that Canelo wouldn't have avoided. And it was just a terrific fight, man. Like I said, I'm going to watch it again later on today. But, I mean, the fight was extremely close. I gave Canelo round 10 and 12. And Triple G round 9 and 11. So, like I said, the fight could have been either way, in my opinion. I'm not mad at people that got an 8-4 Triple G. Like I said, the fight was close. Rounds were hard to give out outside of the rounds 2 and 3 for Canelo, and 1 and 5 or 1, 6 and 7 for Golovkin. The fights were hard it was hard to score, genuinely. It really was, at least for me. But I liked Canelo's activity, his accuracy, his counter punch, his countering, and how effective it was, more so than I liked Triple G's, you know, just stalk him down style. And he let him off the hook, man. I can't say this enough. He let Canelo off the hook. And if this was Triple G 2-3 fights ago, Canelo would have paid dearly. Canelo was fresh, surprisingly, you know, for the duration of this fight. You could tell in round 4 or 5, you know, certain rounds he was taking off to preserve that energy. But I believe both guys finished the fight strong, gave us some good toe-to-toe action in the pocket, on the ropes, where they both landed some big shots. But I just think that Canelo won 7-5. But like I said, I could see it going 7-5 to Triple G, or being a draw, because, again, the fight was really close. It was really hard to score early on because it was that competitive, and they were evenly matched. Man, I said that going into this fight, it would be a 50-50 fight for the first 6 rounds, and I thought that, you know, Golovkin would pull away. He would start to break down Canelo to the body. You know, his jab, his you know, his size, and he looked bigger than he looked bigger than Canelo, honestly, and I was amazed at how much bigger he looked. Yeah, Canelo thicker. You know, he has, you know, a bigger frame, but Triple G looked a good size bigger than Canelo. Both guys showed tremendous chins in this fight. Both guys showed tremendous will. Both guys had their moments, but I just think for people calling this a robbery, you need to calm down with that. A robbery is, you know, Evander Holyfield versus Lennox Lewis in their first fight. A robbery is Pernell Whitaker against Julio Cesar Chavez. A robbery is Erislandy Lara versus Paul Williams. You know, those are robberies. This wasn't a robbery at all. This was a fight that could have went either way. And outside of the bogus-ass 118-110 scorecard in favor of Canelo, the judges scored the fight, you know what I'm saying, how a lot of people did. So I understand that a lot of people wanted Triple G to win and felt that he won, and I'm not mad at them for that. But you got to pump the brakes on the fucking robbery talk, because that shit is not fair to neither one of these guys. They gave us a terrific fight. 2 elite fighters, you know, stepping up against each other, and gave us the best fight possible. Now that they fought each other, if it is a rematch, which I think it will be, and it should be a rematch, I think that a rematch will be even better. Both guys now know what each other's speed is like, which you know, each other's power is like. So Once you fight once, you kind of good. You gauge you get a good gauge of your opponent's pros and cons, his skill set, and the things you do that you can do to exploit him. But I mean, boxing fans' favorite words are seen to be overrated. No, what is it? It's robbery, cherry picker, and bomb. So, I mean, every close fight is not a robbery. So, in every fucking, I don't know. It's crazy. I had it 115, 113 for Canelo. Simple as that. I mean, if you disagree, you disagree. But, hey, it is what it is. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section your thoughts on the fight, how you scored it. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Follow us on Twitter at ColossalCBT. Go over to Facebook, like that Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Until next time, I am out. Peace.